Here.
Justice Byrd.
Here.
Justice Cullum.
Here.
Justice Freeman.
Here.
Justice Hinton.
Here.
Justice Templer.
Here.
Justice Jackson.
Here.
Justice McClanahan.
Here.
Justice McDonald.
Here.
Justice McGatt.
Here.
Justice Welch.
Here.
We'll move on to the reading and approving of minutes.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes since we've all been provided with a copy.
Is there a second?
Second amendment.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to the treasurer's report. Ms. Nix, you need to report.
The interest rate today is 0.55, and that is at the First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas in Osceola. They are giving us the best rate right now, and that's on a $100,000 CD for 1 year. And also, I gave you the sales tax report. The sales tax for December was up from last month. And also, I gave you a up-to-date fund balance report you have in front of you, and our funds are in good shape as of today. Does anyone have any questions?
I didn't get one of those.
Oh.
I didn't get one of those. Sorry.
And I didn't get one either.
You sure did.
Any questions about the treasurer's report? Thank you, Ms. Meek. We'll move on to committee reports. Justice Ash, you have a report on roads and bridges.
Yes, sir, I do. Road and Bridges Committee met on February the 2nd. The main topic of discussion was the road department is needing some more pickup trucks. I believe they needed 3 to replace. Everyone on the committee was in agreement, but we only had $50,000 in the budget for trucks. So we discussed where to move it from, and we decided that $70,000 from the equipment purchase line would be advisable, and if you need more funds there later, we can look at transferring them in for you. Also, you gave us an update on the road department. I said we have about half the gravel we needed for 2021. Your goal is to put out 1,300 loads in 2021, along with replacing some culverts, ditches, in the ditches, and road graders out when it's dry enough, and putting out slag right now. You said that the graders are working when it's dry enough. So, if there's any questions, I'll take them at this time.
Thank you, Justice Ash. While you're there, would you give a report of the personnel committee?
Yes, sir. We also met on February the 2nd for the Personnel Committee. Melissa Logan, our election coordinator, is going to be leaving us. I believe it's in May after the next election that we have. So we were asked to create a position so that she could train someone. So we've approved basically 4 months of salary that Melissa will move into as the trainer for whoever is selected as the new election coordinator. We should have an ordinance for that later tonight to create that, to do that. Also, we have a resolution tonight which will be eliminating the 911 coordinator's position. Mr. Lindenny, who has been an employee of the county for several years, done a very good job, has been in ill health lately. It has been discussed with him. We think that he's kind of relieved to be able to retire. So we are going to go back and combine the 911 coordinator with the Office of Emergency Services, which Mr. Reynolds is here tonight. and we discussed the salary, which we were planning to bring him in at, raise his salary from current $34,923. We'll have an appropriation ordinance on that, which we sent over to finance, but they didn't get a chance to meet this year, or this month. Gave an update on the lawsuit because we thought we were going to be waiting on a lawyer or a judge to be appointed out of Little Rock. It appears as though Scott Ellington is going to hear that, and we should be going to have a hearing on March the 8th and 9th.
Any questions for Justice Ash?
I've got one. Justice Ash, in our minutes here, it talks about that midpoint at being $34,923. But then later, when Ms. Helper made the motion, she actually made the motion for $36,500.
Yes.
So where,
Yeah.
The committee didn't feel like with adding the additional duties, I believe, and don't quote me on these numbers, but I think that his current salary is like $30,000. It was gonna be like a $2,000 raise to go to midpoint for the OEM, and we were under the impression that that may have been with the two jobs combined. I've spoken to Kelly today, asked her to check with JSEP and see what a midpoint should be for the combined positions. But we elected to raise it even more than midpoint and go with a 34,000 figure, which, yes, is in the ordinance. And
so are we doing my question is, are we doing the $34,923 or are we doing the $36,500 that was actually voted on?
Yeah.
we should be doing the 36.5 that was voted on. What was in the ordinance?
That's at the bottom of number 3 in your mid report. The very last thing there, number 3, Justice Betty Helper made a motion to combine the positions and set the salary at $36,500. Second by Justice Manning. Motion passed. We're supposed to go to finance, but we, as you said, we haven't had an opportunity to meet. So I don't know, I haven't added it up. I just wondered
The
if
position, and then Justice Betty Hefner made a motion to combine the positions, set the salary at 36.5.
Yeah.
So that was, I believe,
So that's what the ordinance really should be reflecting?
yes.
Okay.
I thought when I looked at the ordinance, I made sure that that was correct. Apparently, I did not. Of course, all we're going to do is adding the additional salary, which originally would have been $2,800. Here, we're adding $35,552.
So it is a 36.5?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for the Personnel Committee? Thank you, Justice Ash.
Sir.
Justice Slayton, will you give a report for the Insurance Committee?
Yes, sir, I do. The Insurance Committee met February 4th to discuss the arbitration case we had going on with Gerber Life Insurance Company in regards to $653,349.29 in unpaid medical claims for our county employees. Mr. Jeremy Thomas is the attorney for the county in that case, and he was able to attend the meeting, fortunately, and I believe he provided more than adequate answers to most of the justices' questions. Mr. Thomas wanted to express that if the county were to pay the $653,000 at this juncture in the case, we may not be reimbursed for all of it, but we may get some of it back if we win the case, and only if we win. He did, after several points made by some of the other justices, he stated he would be willing to acquire the EOBs for the unpaid medical claims for the $653,000, and that would essentially provide the county with the numbers we need to see what each county employee owes and what they owe that Gerber refuses to pay. Also, he did update us on the timetable for the case, and from what I gather, Gerber is suggesting a March of 2022 for the trial, and Mississippi County is asking for September of 2021. Either way, I think we should all keep in mind that that's 7 months away, minimum. I think we all need to keep that in the back of our minds. Also, Ms. Kelly Jones, our finance director, pointed out that we should, well, she said she's been getting a lot of complaints from all the employees about the unpaid claims, and I can't say I blame her. And the committee suggested that we collect those complaints in the form of affidavits, and when they depose someone for representation for the trial from Mississippi County, said representative can take those affidavits and submit them to the arbiters, so the arbitration committee can have a point of view from which to look at the situation to see how this unpaid medical claims affected our employees.
Your phone has no SIM card installed, so I can't help you with that at the moment.
Excuse me. I don't know what that was. And that was pretty much a summary of the meeting. I don't think I missed anything. If anybody's got any questions.
Thank you, Justice.
Thank you.
And I will add that I spoke with Mr. Thomas, and since then, and it looks like it will be in 2022. And I suppose March, and I don't think he said a lot, but we're not going to get it.
Have you heard any, has he mentioned anything on the EOBs at all, on getting that information?
I don't have my notes with him, but I did talk with him about the EOBs. There's some other terms there that might better describe what we really want. I spoke with St. Bernard's and another two hospitals that kind of get an idea. So, and I cannot come up with, there's an acronym there. I've got it in my notes on my desk, but I asked him to reword it to not only EOBs, but this other material that might give us a clearer picture of what we're looking for.
All right, thank you.
If no more questions, we'll move on to new business. Spruce, resolution.
Resolution number R 2021-1. A resolution approving the creation of new titles within the election budget and the OEM budget. Whereas upon consideration and recommendation of the Personnel Committee, 2 new titles have been created within the Mississippi County government's budget for 2021 within the election budget and the OEM budget. Where circumstances have created the need for the title election coordinator training within the election budget, this new title carries appropriations for a salary of $10,427. Salary of $10,427, $798 in Social Security, and $1,597 in retirement. Whereas circumstances have permitted the consolidation of the titles within the emergency budget and OEM budget, so that the title of E911 coordinator may be combined with the title of OEM coordinator. This new title will be within the OEM budget and will carry a new salary of $36,500. This new title carries appropriations for increases of $3,552 in salary, $272 in Social Security, and $544 in retirement. These figures are proposed for an effective date of March 8, 2021. Now therefore be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Mississippi County, Arkansas, that 1, upon modification of the Mississippi County government's 2021 budget, the 2 new titles of election coordinator training and E911/OEM coordinator shall be created. 2, upon the entry of this resolution by separate ordinance, the Mississippi County Quorum Court shall appropriate the funds necessary for said newly created titles.
Move for adoption.
Is there any comments?
Very just simple.
Justice Ash?
Yes.
Justice Byrd?
Yes.
Justice Cullen?
Go.
Justice Cleveland?
Yes.
Justice Henry?
Yes.
Justice Keller?
Yes.
Justice Jackson?
Yes.
Justice Burdette?
Yes.
Justice McClanahan,
Yes.
Justice McDonald,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
We'll move on to the ordinances. First reading appropriation.
Appropriation ordinance number O-2021-4. An ordinance authorizing, modifying appropriation for the operation of the Mississippi County government, including the appropriation of certain funds for the construction and renovation of the Mississippi County courthouses and other purposes. Whereas there are currently underway construction and renovation projects on the Mississippi County courthouses in Blythe and Osceola. Whereas it has been reported to the Mississippi County Quorum Court by the entities responsible for the performance of said projects that funds are currently needed in the amount of $1 million for the Blythe courthouse. Whereas the Mississippi County Quorum Court wishes to provide funding for the cost of said project, and now therefore be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Mississippi County, Arkansas, that one, the following appropriations modifications are hereby made for the 2021 budget. Slot number 4800.0108.4006 for construction in progress in the amount of $1 million. Number 2, all appropriations previously authorized, approved, and made as to all other offices, departments, and agencies of county government, and all other funds not hereby changed are to remain as previously appropriated. Detailed provisions of said appropriations are reflected in the schedule of specific items listed by account numbers within the category for each office and filed in the office of the county court clerk. Number 3, this ordinance being an appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approval by the county judge.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Is there any comments or questions? Mr. Byrd, would you call the roll?
Justice Lash,
Yes.
Justice Byrd,
Yes.
Justice Cullen,
Yes.
Justice Freeman,
Yes.
Justice Hinton,
Yes.
Justice Hepburn,
Yes.
Justice Jackson,
Yes.
Justice Manette,
Yes.
Justice McClanahan,
Yes.
Justice McDonald,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
We'll move on to the next appropriation ordinance. First reading.
Appropriation ordinance number O-2021-5. An ordinance authorizing, modifying appropriation for the operation of Mississippi County government, including the appropriation of certain funds for election coordinator training. Whereas the Mississippi County Quorum Court wishes to provide funding for the new title election coordinator training, within the election budget, and whereas these appropriations have been considered and approved by the Personnel Committee. Now therefore be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Mississippi County, Arkansas, that one, the following appropriation modifications are hereby made for the 2021 budget. Slot number 1000.0109.1001 for salary in the amount of $10,427. Slot number 1000.0109.1006 for Social Security in the amount of $798. Slot number 1000.0109.1007 for retirement in the amount of $1,597. Number 2, all appropriations previously authorized, approved, and made as to all other offices, departments, and agencies of county government, and all other funds not hereby changed are to remain as previously appropriated. Detailed provisions of said appropriations are reflected in the schedule of specific items listed by account numbers within the category for each office and filed in the office of the county court clerk. Number 3, this ordinance being an appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect immediately from and after its passage and approved by the county judge.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Is there any questions or comments? Mr. Byrd, would you call the roll?
Justice Ash,
Yes.
Justice Byrd,
Yes.
Justice Cullen,
Yes.
Justice Freeman,
Yes.
Justice Hinton,
Yes.
Justice Hepburn,
Yes.
Justice Jackson,
Yes.
Justice Manette,
Yes.
Justice McClanahan,
Yes.
Justice McDonald,
Yes.
Justice White.
Yes.
We'll move on to the next and last appropriation ordinance. Mr. Byrd, would you read the ordinance?
Appropriation Ordinance number O 2021-6. An ordinance authorizing modifying appropriations for the operation of the Mississippi County government, including the appropriation of certain funds for the title of E911/OEM coordinator. Whereas the Mississippi County Quorum Court wishes to provide funding for the new title E911/OEM coordinator within the OEM budget. Whereas the Mississippi County, whereas these appropriations have been considered and approved by the Personnel Committee. Now therefore be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Mississippi County, Arkansas, that one, the following appropriations increases are hereby made with the 2021 budget. Slot number 100.0500.1001 for salary in the amount of $3,552. Slot number 1000.0500.1006 for social security in the amount of $272. Slot number 1000.0500.1007 for retirement in the amount of $544. These figures are for a proposed effective date of March 8, 2021. Number 2, all appropriations previously authorized, approved, and made up to all other offices, departments, and agencies of county government, and all other funds not hereby changed, are to remain as previously appropriated. Detailed provisions of said appropriations are reflected in the schedule of specific items listed by account numbers within the category for each office and public office of the county court clerk. Number 3, this ordinance being an appropriation ordinance shall be in full force and effect immediately upon enactment's passage and approved by the county judge.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Justice Ash?
Yes.
Justice Byrd?
Yes.
Justice Cullen?
Yes.
Justice Lehman?
Yes.
Justice Hinton?
Yes.
Justice Campbell?
Yes.
Justice Jackson?
Yes.
Justice Mangat?
Yes.
Justice McClanahan?
Yes.
Justice McDonald?
Yes.
Justice White?
Yes.
We'll move on to the next item on the agenda, is announcements. Is there any announcements or comments?
Judge, I believe this is the first time in a little over 2 years we've had 11 JPs present.
And on time.
Judge, I'd just like to say that on behalf of a personal note, I appreciate everyone's concerns concerning our family and my health. And again, we covered your prayers. We still have a ways to go, but I do want you to know how much we sincerely appreciate each and every one.
Justice Byrd, we're glad you're here tonight.
Thank you.
Any other comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Move adjourned.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.